Hi everyone, it's me Alma from twinsmommy.com. Let me know if you're here and I'm going to be answering your blog traffic questions, okay? And if you want any more, you could add some more if you want, okay? So, I hope everyone's doing a really good time right now. And excuse me if I'm getting kind of sick. I'm going to have to get a tissue. Hold on. Okay. All right, so there are a lot of questions about traffic. So, if you are a subscriber to my Twins Mommy email list, then you might know that I talked about my page views and my traffic on 3 sites that I have. All right, so make sure that if you're not already in my Twins Mommy newsletter to come join us, just go to twinsmommy.com and there are like 3 lead magnets. There are 3 little like icons. Click on one of them and you can sign up. I share a lot of exclusive tips. So in that newsletter, I shared what my traffic is right now. And I go into a little bit about what I'm going to do to try to ramp up some of the strategies and to gain some more traffic. So I thought I could help you. If you're here, say hi. All right, so let's start. I have the questions here. All right, so Kristen asks, what's a realistic amount of time to expect decent traffic with a new blog? Now that's a great question. But you know what? That's a question that can't be answered because it is based on a lot of factors. And if 2 people started a blog on the same day in the exact same niche with the exact same audience and the exact same promotional strategy, their page views are going to change and be different month to month. All right. Because there's just a lot of different things that go into it. A lot of it goes into your writing skill, how you're engaging your audience on your blog. A lot of it goes into how much are you promoting your own self, your own blog versus promoting other people's posts, right? Also, the topic that you're writing about is a big factor on your page views and what you're going to gain. And if you're doing more video content versus, I don't know, a podcast, for example, things are going to differ for that. And then if you decide to lean on Instagram versus YouTube versus Pinterest versus Facebook. So really there is no right answer. When I first started Twins Mommy, my first month, I gained 4,000 page views. I was ecstatic for that because my other site took me like 2 years to get 10,000 page views. So for me to get in 1 month, 4,000, I was really happy about that. Right. But there's other blogs that started that gain 20 or 30,000 page views. Right. So it just depends. It depends on a lot of factors. So hopefully, Kristen, I don't want to discourage you, but keep on blogging. The biggest tip that I can give you to start growing that traffic is to write content consistently and as much as you can. If you've already written a lot of the content, start dripping that out at least twice a week, as long as you can do that, and then drop down to once a week. This is the content strategy that I did with Twins Mommy, and it helped me gain, in the first year, probably 30 to 40,000 page views, I think, or around there in that first year, which again was a huge success for me. All right, so Carolyn asks, if you're a writer focused on your freelancing, how do you best link that to your blog? I'm kind of confused about that question. I'm not too much sure about tech stuff, but I know on my Innovative Ink writer website, in my menu, you can link to your blog that way. So if someone can help her out with the tech behind how to do that, you just set up category pages, and then you can add the link somewhere there. But I don't know much about the tech behind that. My husband does a lot of the tech stuff, the behind the scenes customization and things for my blogs. So Carolyn, if that didn't answer your question, hopefully someone in this group can answer for her. Thank you, everyone. Annette asks, how much traffic is ideal for your first 6 months of blogging to know if you're on track for success or if you need to focus more on traffic? In the first 6 months, again, it all depends on how much you're promoting. If you feel you're promoting consistently month after month and you're growing, and then all of a sudden you stall and you see a decline, there could be lots of reasons. There could have been an update on one of your social media platforms. So for example, if Pinterest is your main marketing strategy, there have been a lot of Pinterest updates lately. And so the most recent one has really affected a lot of bloggers, including a lot of my profiles. So that could be one of the reasons why within that first 6 months, you might not see a lot of success. But I wouldn't consider that something that you would have to stop and drastically change what you're doing. I suggest to a lot of bloggers that if they do see a decline in blog traffic, to not really do anything, to keep doing what you're doing, because usually it could be seasonal, it could be something out of your control. And so you want to maintain what you're doing. If you know definitively it's something that you're doing, something like, I haven't written a blog post in 3 months, well, then that's where you're going to start, right? Always start with your content. Always start with something that you can promote. Okay. I hope that helped. Annette, just let me know. Give me a thumbs up if this is helpful. Thank you, everyone. All right. McKenna. Hi. Do you need a certain amount of posts published before you start seeing a significant increase in traffic? No, I don't think you need a certain amount on your blog. I know bloggers that post like their first blog post and get a ton of traffic, right? But that person could be on number 3 of their blog. That could be the 3rd time they're blogging, and they might have a huge network of influencers and bloggers that can help them promote their blog post, right? So there's a lot of different strategies that go on. For someone that's brand new, the thing to think about is consistency over frequency. Okay, so yes, it's important to have content on your site so the people can come to your blog and stay on your blog. So they can go back to other blog posts. They can crawl around your site, go to different pages, go to different pieces of content on your blog. Yes, usually a blog that has, 20, 30, 100 blog posts can fulfill that need. But that's okay. I mean, you have to start somewhere. So I started with 1 blog post and I worked my way up. That's what I did. So it takes time to develop that audience for sure. And that traffic, I mean, people can hit their first 25,000 page views in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. It just, again, it's dependent on a lot of factors. So if you have like something specific, you can post a question here so I can sort of navigate you on the strategy within that promotional strategy. if you need that. Oh, hey, I'm sorry, I don't see your name in this comment. But it says here, how does one go about properly setting up privacy policy terms and conditions? Miriam in this group is a lawyer and a blogger and a freelancer, actually. She has a lot of hats. And so she would be the go-to person. I actually am an affiliate for her legal templates that she has. But go ahead and Miriam, jump in and you can answer that question for this person. Lindsay, how often should you post? As a new blogger, I would try to be consistent. So do 1 time a week if that's possible. If you can do more, do more. So twice a week. Something like for my Smart Mom ideas, I still post. It's a bit erratic, but I try to do twice a week still. But that's just because I have enough content to drip that much out. On Smart Mom Ideas. For Twins Mommy, since I'm the only one writing on that blog, I'm not pumping out content consistently because I also write on Elle McCain. And so between those 2 blogs and my client pieces now that I picked up some clients, I can't write consistently. But if you can, try to stick with at least 1 post a week and a good quality blog post. All right. So try to make it at least 1,000 words if it fits within your niche topic. Not all the niches need 1,000-word blog posts, but a lot of them do. If they're informational, if they're teacher-based, then I would try to hit a valuable type of content. And that's usually around the 1,000-word mark. So try that. All right, so let's see what we have here. What does your traffic have to do with growing your email list? So confused about the whole concept. In order for people to sign up to your email list, Shani, you need people coming to your blog, because the way to promote your email list is primarily on your blog. I don't know if there's really other avenues. If you have a podcast, you can definitely promote your signing up to your email list, but you need a place to sign up to your email list, and that's usually directed to a page on your site. So if you don't have any traffic, you're not going to have email signups. So there is a correlation between people coming to your site and then people converting to sign up to your email list. So the first step in growing an email list is growing your traffic and getting people to your site. And then the second step is engaging with them enough so that they convert and sign up to your email list, because that's a huge order, right? You got them on your blog. That's the first step, and that's great. You got their attention. But now you need to hold their attention with your writing and the content that you're sharing. And then if they're even still interested, if they still want to know more information, then you can offer, hopefully on that blog post, there's something that you can offer to them to sign up to your list. So hopefully that helps. But you need that person to come to your site, and that usually revolves traffic, getting people to your site. Oh, hey. Oh, thank you for the answer regarding privacy policy. Okay. And referral to Miriam in this group. Good. Your name is Gina. Nice, Gina. Somehow I'm not able to see the others in the live session at this time, so we will have to reach out. Great. Hopefully Miriam can answer your question. All right. Is it normal to see ups and downs of traffic? Marissa asks. Yes. Definitely. Big, huge sites see dips and highs in their traffic. That's what you want. You want that. You want, I mean, of course you want to go up and up and up, but I don't know if there's blogs out there that see an increase every single month. I think there's going to be months where they don't grow as much, or they don't grow at all. They might dip here and there. So yeah, you're going to see ups and downs, especially if you're relying on social media, like on Pinterest, or if you're relying on SEO. There's been a ton of updates with SEO. This most recent one was in September, and my traffic for my main SEO blog, went down 20%. There were a couple of days where I made absolutely no income from that blog, which was highly panicky. I was panicky on that because that's my main business. And so if people are coming to my site and not converting, well, then I need to really look at what traffic is Google sending me. Obviously, I'm still gaining, 2,000 people a day, but they're not converting. And how come they were just 3 days ago? So there was, this update really just sort of moved things around. It deranked me a little bit. So that's something in the back of my mind, finding diversified ways to grow my traffic so that I keep getting people interested in my content, people engaging with me, trusting what I'm saying, teaching them and helping them. And then hopefully they sign up to my email list and whatever products that I offer them. Let's see. Jenna, any recommendations for a blog work schedule for a blogger who works 2 hours or less a day? Okay, Brooke says, I have a schedule. And then Jenna says, please share. So Brooke, I hope you have a schedule you can give to Jenna. That's awesome. For 2 hours a day, my story is a little bit different because when I started blogging, I started out offering a service with freelance writing. So I didn't blog. I had a blog, but I wasn't focused on blogging. I was focused on gaining clients. So for me, I only had 2 hours in the daytime when my twins napped. And then I had a couple of hours when they went to bed. And so when they lost that day nap, I lost those 2 hours. And so I only had 2 or 3 hours at night. And so during that time when they lost their nap and I was working on freelance writing mostly, and I didn't have any other blogs, I was focused on gaining clients. So I was pitching, I was trying to guest post, cold pitching. I was doing a lot of things, connecting with brands, commenting on their sites, showing my credibility in that way, and helping people on Facebook, things like that. I was trying all these marketing tactics to pick up clients. So for you, you want to focus on on the tasks that give you the highest ROI at this moment. What is it? If it's a new blog, it's content. You need a foundation for your blog. If you're beyond that phase, then what's your next goal? Is it monetary? So then figure out that monetary strategy. Is it going to be a service, courses, ads, sponsors? Figure out that avenue, and then you can devote the time for that. So if it's like creating a product, your first ebook, well, then you're going to have to devote those 2 hours to writing and finishing that ebook, right? Put that blog on the side there. Engage with the audience on social media. If you have an email list, at least write those emails, but focus mostly on that ebook to get it out there so you can start promoting it and getting income from it. All right. So that could be your biggest ROI. For others, it's brand building. Part of my biggest task is brand building for me. That's why I have, this group is to help other moms, but also to grow my brand under Twins Mommy and under my freelance writing brand, which is Elna Kane. So that's ultimately helping me, and I hope it's helping you with whatever I'm helping you with. All right. So Senrita asks, what specific traffic generation strategies would you focus on to increase traffic when you see no change for 12 months? Okay. Content. I would dive down into the audience you're blogging to and decide if that is the audience you're going to push or you're going to pivot to a new type of audience. It doesn't mean that you would change topics, but a lot of people would. So you might find in that 12 months, you have, little traffic. And so you need to decide on that. If you need a big change for, I'm not going to blog about organizing anymore. I'm going to blog about parenting now and work with her. It's okay to pivot. This is your own blog. So you can start fresh and write the content for that. If you don't want to, if you want to stick, you're adamant, like this is my niche. This is, I have a coaching service for organizing. And so like, I have to make this my thing. Then I would start looking at other ways to grow your traffic as far as focusing on SEO, focusing on writing those highly viral type of blog posts. I do talk about that. Kate Doster has a podcast. And so I do talk about high viral content on her podcast. So I'll put that in the notes or in the post here of that podcast, or Kate can if she's watching this. What I'm referring to and how to create that type of viral content strategy. But I would do something like that drastic, and then focus on list building because you need that audience, right? So once you have that plan, you have to attack that and get those lead magnets, those content upgrades, and getting an audience so that you can start nurturing your list so that that traffic won't stall. Every time I email my list on Twins Mommy or Elna Kane, I get 30, 40, 50 people at a time all day going to my blog, which bumps up my page views for that day. So sending an email and nurturing your list because people want to read what what you send, and any new content that you've provided. Send them to your blog, send them to your YouTube channel, your Facebook page, this live, things like that, right? All right, so hopefully that helped. Senrita. Miranda, coming up with keywords. I know how to research them, but even what to type in. Yeah, let me see if I can show you. So this is keywords. It's a Chrome extension. What's it called? Keyword something. I even forgot what it's called. Keyword Hero, or what's this called? Keywords Everywhere. Sorry. it's Keywords Everywhere. It is going to be a paid SEO tool, but I like this the most because you can type in keywords and you can see right then and there the type of search results. I would choose words based around your niche. So if I was doing something about smart mom ideas and like topics, let's say I want to write something about breastfeeding. So I'm gonna write breastfeeding. I'm gonna see what's up here. So 8,100 monthly searches for breastfeeding diets. Well, that's a cool topic. That's something that I could probably write about. 1,900 for breastfeeding and period. So there's 14,000 for breastfeeding tips, right? And so I would use this as a springboard for the type of content to write on my blog. So if I go to Smart Mom Ideas, I believe I have a post on breastfeeding tips, maybe. Let's see. Here we go. So I did exactly that. I searched on keywords everywhere and I wrote a post on breastfeeding tips using that keyword in my post and making sure that it is somewhere else along inside my post here. Okay. It's also a long form piece of content. So hopefully over time this will start ranking, but Smart Mom Ideas is not geared for a lot of SEO traffic right now because it's still a new blog. It's like 90% Pinterest traffic. So I need to appeal to the Pinterest readers, not the SEO traffic. But I'm going to use SEO keywords and write for pinners, write for the Pinterest traffic, have highly engaging blog posts, have highly valuable posts so people can save it. Oh, it's 33 tips. I'm going to save it to my breastfeeding board because that is a much better post than this tip on 2 or 3 tips for breastfeeding, right? So pinners like high list posts. Jenny of This Tiny Blue House, I always refer to her because she has amazing blog posts. They're all of them are list posts, and they're like 50 DIY crafts for this, 100, back to school lunches. I mean, every single blog post is that because she knows that's highly viral on Pinterest. People love to save that pin, those types of pins, and people love to read that type of content because it's like a mini library. But anyways, that's what I would do as far as finding the type of keywords, go along your niche and the topic that you want to write about. So hopefully that helped you. Who was that? Miranda. I know that was like super quick. You can also use Ubersuggest. Ubersuggest is a free SEO tool. So use that one too to search for a topic. Janine says, I have a blog post that is almost a year old. I want to add more or new content to it. What is the difference and advantages and disadvantages to updating it with original published date versus publishing it with a new published date once updated? It all depends on where you're getting the most traffic. Now, if this is for like a Google standpoint, Google loves fresh new content and they will use the updated date or the date, a published date on the search results. I don't know. It depends on the search results here, but you can see here. Oh, hold on. So right here, it has here the published date. So this post was recently updated because this is an old post. This is probably 4 years old, but it's been recently updated. And because of that, it's actually ranking a little bit higher than one of my posts. For years, my posts have always outranked this blog post in particular, but they updated it. Now I looked at the blog post and they didn't add too many new information. But ideally, you want to update the post because the advantages of doing the updated date and adding new content is for SEO. You might you're going to add new keyword combinations, even if you aren't targeting certain keywords. Just the phrases and the writing that you're going to write will be long tail keywords that can help Google understand your post better. It's longer, so people stay on your content longer, which are all signals to Google saying, wow, this post is so valuable. People are staying on that blog post for minutes, for 2-3 minutes. This must be a really good blog post. And so the more little, signals that they get from readers, they're going to update that. And usually people want fresh content. They want that most updated piece of content. And so like this result doesn't show the date. So you can opt not to show the date, but I like to, like here's this one. This is my post and it was updated May 8th, 2019. See? And here's my other one right here, right there at August 29th in 2019, right? So again, doing that just helps the search engines know that this is updated content, and it's just better overall than what you were asking. What was it? Just putting the publish date, updating it with just the publish date. It's not gonna, I don't think it's going to hurt you if you do that. You can still have the ranking potential, but just having that updated date, I find I've been doing that for years. Other people, there's been case studies of people showing only the updated date, getting a lot more traffic, a lot more SEO traffic. So it's just helpful overall. Let's see. Alyssa, what do you do when Pinterest is the number one source and you're trying to get more search engine traffic besides SEO? And this is exactly what I'm doing for Smart Mom Ideas. So I'm trying to use SEO tools for Smart Mom Ideas to help me rank in Google. And my blog is still fairly young. It's still fairly new. It still gets the majority of Pinterest traffic. My domain authority is quite low still. I don't remember what it is. I don't know if it's a 9 or a 14 actually. It's something quite low compared to like my other sites, which are like in the 60s, like it's really low. So low domain authority sites aren't going to get ranked high on Google. So I need to show more trust. I need to show more value. I need people to come to this blog, link to my site, all those things to show Google that I can start ranking in Google kind of thing. But I'm still ranking for some keywords. Like I'm not ranking for breastfeeding tips, but hopefully I'm ranking for longer tail keywords. I don't know exactly what I'm ranking for right now. Christmas crafts for moms. I don't know, maybe something like that. I spelled Christmas crafts wrong. I don't know. I thought I was ranking for some kind of maybe it was Christmas cookies. Yeah, I'm not on here. Maybe cookies. Christmas, no, recipe, no, snacks. Snacks for kids. There's some kind of Christmas post on Smart Mom Ideas that I rank for, but I don't know exactly what it is. Meal, and there might be another one too. Meal planning apps might be another one. I don't know. There's a couple food related. These are all like food related because, see, and here's the thing. So with Smart Mom Ideas, when I took it over, I wanted to write a lot of posts that would get a lot of saves on Pinterest, and food and recipes is like a huge niche in Pinterest, right? Like people save those pins because they're dinner ideas. So I wrote a lot of food stuff like, 21 recipes, to help you lose a baby weight. I did vegan recipes. I did Instant Pot recipes. I did Christmas cookies and Christmas snacks. I did toddler snacks. I did healthy meals. Like I did a whole bunch of different food posts. And so Google sort of cornered me, and when I searched for Smart Mom Ideas, it was all food related content. So I'm still working hard at showing Google that I have parenting and pregnancy type of content, but if I don't look out there, I might just go back to the whole food stuff and sort of write more food content. But yeah, so those are the first types of posts for me that started ranking in Google. Anything to do with recipes or meal planning and things like that. And I do have one in the pregnancy, one or two in the pregnancy topic. But again, I'm not number 1, 2, or 3. I'm on page 1 at least. But it's not like I'm going to stay there forever. You know, I may have been on page 1 a year ago, but now I've moved down to page 2 or 3. So it's an ever growing thing to work on, especially if you have a new blog. And especially in a niche where the keywords are highly competitive, right? So you need to find those keywords that aren't highly competitive, meaning that, you know, parents.com, Baby Center, all the big brands already have pages upon pages on Google about that topic, right? You need to sort of dive into some other type of topics so that you can start ranking. All right. Let's see what else there is. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and let me know if you have any more questions. Just, you know, pop them in. I'm here for a bit. Let me see. Okay, Kristen asks, I have a bunch of old posts I want to update. I have heard it's good, to post consistently. Do reworking old posts count for SEO and increasing traffic? Yeah, definitely. You can definitely go back. This year I created a lesson on how to actually do that process of going back to old posts, reworking them for SEO. But that is a great strategy to use. And you do want to update old posts just for your readers too. You know, Pinterest has changed the look of their platform. So I have to go back to my old Pinterest posts and start taking screenshots of my profile and things like that, my boards, and because it's all new, right? So I want to show Google that I'm updating my posts and that people who come to my posts look like will want to read it because it is updated. So that's important. Stephanie, what metrics should be tracked? Well, it depends on your goals for your blog. A lot of new bloggers want to grow their page views. So that's a big metric to focus on. That's exactly what I did when I focused in my first year of Twins Mommy. So Google Analytics, and install Google Analytics, and you can start tracking your page views month to month, day by day. So that's one metric that you should keep track of. And then if you start an email list, take note of how fast you're growing your email list, how many subscribers you're getting a day or a week. If that is a metric you want to know and work on. When I started my email list, I wanted to generate 10,000 subscribers in my first year. So I was paying attention to every subscriber that came onto my list, because that was a metric I wanted to track. And then, of course, if you have a product, you need to track your monthly income or your daily income. As I was mentioning, when my traffic dipped with this recent Google update, I mean, there was 2 days where I didn't make any sales. And that's like unheard of in the 5 years I've been doing this. Well, 4 years of monetizing my sites. So yeah, I took note of that because that's a metric that I want to follow. But yeah, definitely page views and email list signups. Amber recently saw a huge dive in blog traffic. Yes, so did I. I mean, it wasn't huge, but yeah, a lot of people are seeing these big nosedives in traffic. Not sure why, but need advice on how to keep it from happening again. Yeah, most likely it's with this Pinterest update that's been going on. It's the Google update that's been going on. It could also be seasonal too. That is a factor. Although I know for like back to school, that's always been a good time for my traffic to grow. But for some reason this year hasn't been as consistent or reliable. So it could also be the time of year, holidays and things like that. To not have to happen again, that's hard. You're going to need a very strong, high authoritative blog that has a high domain, that has a lot of trust, that is like the go-to big brand site that to be shielded from these dips in traffic. But that's not to say that they don't encounter that. They do, but not drastically. So for all bloggers like us, I mean, you just have to ride the wave. And once that happens, keep doing what you're doing, as I always suggest, and then tweak little things, start writing more consistently, write more blog posts, and then up your promotion strategy and see if those two tactics help. All right. Josh here asks, what is or are the best ways to drive traffic to your blog without spending a cent, especially if you're just a newbie like me? Thanks so much. The best ways without spending a cent, well, I haven't spent any money on any traffic. I don't do promoted pins. I don't do Facebook ads. I haven't done any of that. So all the traffic that I'm generating is free. So definitely you want to use guest posting is a great way. There are even some guest posts that pay you to write. So you can get money for doing that and get some traffic to your site using something like Pinterest or Instagram, YouTube if you're into video. Those are all great ways to generate traffic to your site. That's free. Facebook is another big source. So using social media is probably to your advantage. A lot of people are using that. A lot of bloggers use social media. I still use social media to promote my blog posts and share my tips to my audience. So set up a Facebook page, do some Facebook Lives, create content for your audience, create lead magnets, so incentives for them. So if you know your audience is struggling with, the new WordPress editor, maybe you can create an incentive guide, a little PDF on, shortcuts for the WordPress editor. That's helpful to your audience, right? So always finding ways to help your audience and then providing that in a lead magnet, in a blog post. It's up to you if you want to gate that as a product later on, things like that. All right, so that's all the questions. I went through them all. If anyone has any questions about Pinterest, you can post them in here. I can answer what I know so far about Pinterest. Or any other questions, but it looks like I answered most of them. It seems like there aren't any new questions here. So I hope everyone is having a good day today. And like I said, if you make sure to sign up to my Twins Mommy newsletter, just go to my site, twinsmommy.com, sign up to my newsletter. I share exclusive tips. I just today shared my page views for 3 of my sites, a little snapshot of my Google Analytics to see, to share with you how my blog, like how's it going. And if you ever need more help, I do have a traffic course that I update frequently. So Ready Set Blog for Traffic is my main traffic course on Twins Mommy. So, you could always check that out. All right, but if anyone has any questions after this live, just post them in and I'll do my best to answer them. Or Miriam, if you can answer about the privacy policy, and I will add the Kate Doster link in this so you can check out that podcast that talks about highly viral content and some other traffic tips as well. All right, everyone, have a good evening. Bye.